Can you hear that? You probably can't, but it is so quiet and peaceful. There's actually a main road just there. Oh, there's a tanker just driven past. And there is also a main road just up the top of that ridge there that runs into Hamilton. So yesterday we had our first community case of COVID in ages. So our government has put us into level 4 lockdown for 3 days, and they're going to review it on Friday and see whether we need to continue or whatnot. But it's just so peaceful at the moment. So the occasional car goes past. If you're an essential worker, you're still allowed to go to work. You just got to take precautions. And you see the odd car up the top there, but it's just amazing. Just the noise is unreal, just the traffic not going past. So a couple of videos ago I put up that I tested all the colostrum cows when they come off and go into the vat with this milk meter here, and I got a heap of responses to it. A lot of people wanted to know more about it, how I sort of use it, and what's it called, where did I get it from. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a segment about it today. So turn it on, press clear. It's a bit hard to see, the light doesn't come on, and then we're good to go. So I always go front quarter first. You don't need to look. You want to sort of fill it up as much as you can. Sorry, the mic's a bit close. Hard to film by yourself. The lights come on now, so her results are all in the 6s apart from the 7, so she is sweet as. I would say her milk's fine, there is nothing wrong with it whatsoever. She can go in the vat. String off. Also got another one here, 180, which is only a 3/4 cow. So what I do with that is I just clear it and test the first one, and we'll go from there. And again, all 6s, she's sweet as. So we'll test this one as a bit of a comparison because this quarter here is bad. So we'll see what the reading shows. Alright, so that's the bad quarter that's in there. As you can see, it's pretty yucky. And I'll tip that next to it and you can see the speckles in it. So good milk, bad milk. And the reading for that was all 6s apart from the bad quarter. She's a 10, so she needs treating. I showed this on one of my videos from quite a while ago and someone actually picked it up and said they do it now, so I thought that was pretty cool. But rip glove. And you know how your hands get absolutely saturated and they're hard to put on? These gloves are not easy to put on when your hands are wet. Baby powder, good dose, give it a rub, and a bit more on top. Easy as. It also makes your hands feel real nice and soft too. I've also got a cow here with Spring Expert, which means its teats are really dry and sort of not really cracked, but they just dry out really bad. It's a bit hard to see now, but when they come in it's worse. I had to put her around, and now Dad's just got some zinc. It's just powdered zinc with a bit of water on it. Coated in it. And she should come right pretty soon. But getting back to this milk checker here, so it's called the Milk Checker Plus 2000. I think Dad bought it probably 10 years ago. But before he had this, I thought I'd show you. This is the older model, or the model before. And Techna Farm make both of them, so I'll put that there. It's farm with a PH, and there's some details on the back. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully it's clear enough. If you Google it, it'll come up. I was having a look this morning and they're about $1,500, New Zealand dollars that is, and they are based here in Rotorua. So there's a New Zealand website, and I think they had a UK one too, if I can remember correctly. In my opinion, I quite like it because it's quick, easy, and it gives you a pretty good reading. So if you had a cow that was 9 or 10, you wouldn't necessarily, or read 9 or 10, you wouldn't necessarily treat it straight away. You'd keep an eye on it, but anything, say around that 11 or 12 mark, I would definitely treat. You can get readings of 10, and the milk looks perfectly fine. So I don't know, it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's easy, and yeah, we quite like it. I'm just over at the calving mob. It's all mixed stage cows in here. We haven't put the heifers in here yet, and there's a cow calving there, and there's a new calf there, so that's good. We're taking 4 cows out of here this morning, and another 2 will be, yeah, quite a big day. So I thought this would make quite a good Sunday video, throwing a few figures around. I quite like stats and figures because you can compare it to other years. But on the 14th, which was a few days ago, that made our 4 weeks of calving, and I thought I'd throw a few stats around off that. So in our first 4 weeks, or after our first 4 weeks, we had 3/4 of the herd, 75% of everything, so that is including heifers calved. Out of the heifers, which we have 77 this year, we had 63 calved, which is 82%, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. I haven't got figures from last year, but yeah, pretty happy. And we definitely know there's a couple of empty ones over there, which we will probably put in the freezer. I thought it'd be quite interesting to work out sort of our heifer to bull percentage, because some years we definitely feel like we get heaps more bulls than we do heifers. So out of that 240, there's 177 cows calved. They were all AB calves, and out of that we got 84 heifer calves. So that makes it 47% heifers to bulls, which isn't far off 50-50, so yeah, not too concerned about it this year. We were a little bit concerned that the cows are in really good condition this year, probably the best condition they've been in since I've been home, and we were worried that we might have to start pulling calves and cows going down with milk fever. So we've had 6 cows with milk fever, 5 before they have had their first colostrum milk or milk taken off them, and then we had 1 in the paddock. But they all had a bag in the vein and 1 in the side, and they got straight up, so yeah, nothing too major. We've had no cow deaths, and we've had 2 assisted calving. So one we had to get the vet out, I think it was a heifer, I can't quite remember now, but the calf was all deformed, so 4 legs were coming out at once with the head, and it was something they called it, but the lungs are growing on the outside of the body and the back legs are all bent up, and yeah, she wasn't going to calve by herself. It's not very common, but there is a technical name for it. And also we pulled number 22. We just, she was overdue and her calf was pretty big, so she probably didn't need it, but we just did it while we were there to be safe. So overall pretty good on the animal house side of things. Our Irish summer is definitely feeling like a New Zealand winter at the moment. Blue skies are a bit of a commodity. But if you're from the town, I suppose none of this information is really going to interest you, I don't think. It's probably more relevant to other dairy farmers here in New Zealand and around the world. But still, if you enjoy it, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, give it a subscribe, that'd be awesome. So we'll move on to milk production. It'll be pretty quick, but we are 6% up at the moment for the season, and what I mean by that is we are 6% up from last season. When we say we're up or down, we always compare it to the season before. It's just how it comes through on our apps, and it's pretty cold at the moment. It's been pretty wet. Grass growth isn't amazing. It does look green out there, but I don't have a lot of cover around. I've got heaps of supplement. I've still got all my maize, hay, and some silage bales. So this is probably the pinch point in our season at the moment, where we get a little bit short on grass. And it doesn't help because I'm trying to condense our calving, trying to get the cows to calve sooner, so that they cycle sooner, and our in-calf rate gets better, I suppose, that we run out of grass quicker, was the downside. But this year's definitely been a little bit worse than the previous years, but I don't know how long we're going to stay up for, pretty much. So we're ahead at the moment by 6%, but I can see at some stage we're probably going to fall behind. Hopefully not, but yeah. that's just what I'm predicting. Sow count, now we are season to date, we haven't been sending milk for quite on a month yet, but we are 220,000. We've just had a big spike over the last sort of couple of days with a couple of cows we've found with mastitis, so that's come down now. We're back down at about 140 at the moment, but our season to date is 220, so it's a little bit higher than where I want to be, but it is 5% better than where we were last year as well, so that's something. That's the Westpac chopper there, so if you have a really bad accident, they'll pull that out. That'll come and get you and take you to Waikato Hospital, which is just through there, so we don't like to see it flying around, but that's why it is. I think also that our sow count will come down over the next month. It'll be interesting to see, because that dry cow I think definitely works, so I'll probably touch on that in another video. But also I think the reason we are up in milk production is because we just have better cows this year. So over the last couple of years we've sort of had to keep cows that we really should have culled, but we were short on numbers, and this last year with our low empty rates we've been able to get rid of them. There's still a few that we are already on the cull list that I wish I could have sent last year, but we also had 12 more cows calved this year than that time last year, so whether that makes much of a difference, I don't know. I just think it's the udders, just nice cows coming in at the moment, good udders. They're in good condition, which makes a difference, and also the heifers that are coming through, their udders are really good. Even Dad said the other day he's pretty impressed with them, that they're the best he's seen for a while, so that's all pretty good feedback really. Well, that'll pretty much do it. I just threw a lot of numbers around, so hopefully some of you found it interesting. It was a mission trying to remember it all off the top of my head too, so hopefully I didn't have to correct myself too many times. You would have seen little things pop up in the video. But I'll see you next time.